All right, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of All the Mods 6. I bet you didn't see this coming. Bet you didn't see another episode coming anytime soon, other than the obvious wrap-up video. It has been a couple days since we last posted a All the Mods 6 episode, and actually there has been an update to the pack. I figured I would run through it, even though we're planning to kind of tie the knot on this series. Probably in the next episode here, I figured I would just run through some of the changes that did come in this most recent update. We are now running on 1.6.3c, the latest and greatest in the mod pack. And here is what all came with it. It's a lot of stuff, so we're going to run through it relatively quickly here while you sit and stare at my beautiful Steve face. So they added Coral Woodcutter. They added TOP add-ons, drawers, tooltips, exchangers, curious elytra, enchantment descriptions, creative wireless transmitter. That's actually very interesting. We're going to take a peek at that. The creative crafter. That's interesting as well. We're going to take a look at both of those, I believe. They also added in Feed the Beast quests. Yeah, work in progress quests were added, but hey, that is pretty cool. That was one of the big things that I was excited for in Enigmatica 6 is that we had quests. So there are now quests in here. We'll check that out in just a second. They did fix some mystical agriculture items. They swapped fast furnaces with fast furnaces minus replacement. Not 100% sure on that one, and then a few other things as well. There were some hotfixes. We're technically running on a more recent version that includes hotfixes on top of all those changes, hence the C version. So they removed some extra files due to bad export-import, they said, and then they also did a fix on some of the bees as well. Now, what that means, I have no idea, because I am not an expert in with what the pack, what the issues were when it came out. I'm just jumping onto the latest and greatest. So, let's first take a look at this creative, these new creative items. We should be able to, well, I guess we could just do that, right? So they said that they added in a creative, wow, okay. That's from Woot. They added in some stuff, it seems like. They added in some creative items from Thermal. Those don't, some of those don't have recipes to them, unfortunately. What in the hell is that? That looks terrifying. Oh my Lanta. All right. Did they have it where you can make that? You can make a creative motor now, but you do need this All the Modium star, which is pretty crazy to get, to be completely honest with you. Because first off, you have to get Patrick's star, which I know Chosen Architect here on the YouTubes. He is going through All the Mods 6 Sky version right now. I think that's what it's called. And I know that he has put out some episodes around this whole case scenario, which is pretty cool. It's crazy to try to get to that point with that. Not something that I'm like super interested in trying to go for, because you do need these unobtainium alloy blocks, which means that you do need to get into the ice and fire furnaces with a dragon, and I'm just like, okay. And what else did they say they added in? They added in a creative crafter. Here we go. And that's pretty cool, actually. That's not too bad to make. We do need a withering processor, though, which takes nether stars. But a creative crafter is not that bad. We could actually probably get that up and going. 108 slots, and it doesn't consume any power, which I'm honestly not sure if the first one does. But it doesn't talk on, oh, speed. 60,000 blocks per tick. I don't know what this is, like how it compares, because this says a base speed of times 125, but this one just says 60,000. So I really don't know. We're going to have to put that on our bookmark, and we're going to try to get that up and going today. Get some creative items going. It's going to be a miscellaneous episode today. And then what was the other thing that they said they had up and going? The transmitter, right? The wireless transmitter. Creative wireless crafting stuff. Where is the transmitter, my guys? I guess I could be looking for this. Creative wireless transmitter. All right. And this is for, I believe this is for our wireless transmissions in general, which, what does this add? I mean, it doesn't really tell us like what exactly it's going to do. But we'll bookmark it and we'll give it a nice little ripperoonie and cheese here, right, guys? And we'll see what we can come up with. So let's head over to our refined storage setup and let's see what we got going on, because I believe, if I am not mistaken, that is where we have our some of our wireless transmitters, I think, right? Yeah, we have one right here, which it has the infinity range booster in it, but I don't know what the, like, wait, hang on. Does this take the infinity? It's a dimensions card from RS Infinity Booster. Ooh, okay. Now this is getting interesting. Okay, so we might actually be able to get our system into other dimensions, right? Ooh, okay. This is interesting now. Now we're getting into some good stuffs here. We do need a lot of these boosters, though, because we do need this dimension. RS Infinity. Okay, let's look up this mod, because I'm not super familiar with it. RS Infinity. That's where the Infinity Range Booster and the Dimension Card Booster comes from. Or just the Dimension Card in general comes from. I'm sorry. So let's try to get this going. I think this would be really cool. Okay, first of all, foremost, let's start with the creative boy here. So we are going to want to get these raw withering processors up and going. So let's get these set into our automated system here. So we want these. We're going to need those, which means we'll need these. So we'll put that in there just like so. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to make nether stars, but I believe we actually have quite a few, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look at here, because our bees have been producing them. Yeah, we have 638 nether stars currently. Yeah, our bees are just rocking and rolling with those. Okay, so what did I grab here? The withering processor, right? And then that'll craft it into that. I believe that'll work, right? I always forget how we have this set up. So we have those there. Which I don't know why I have it set up like this, right? It inputs that. Oh, but because it's the crafting. So you have to craft it first and then request for this to be smelted up. Ah, that's how it is. I forget sometimes. I'm not the best at this. I will be the first to admit I am no expert, and sometimes I lose sight of things that we have known for quite some time here. I don't need this wheat on us anymore, do we? It's so weird to jump back and forth between Enigmatica and this pack because of just because of how advanced we are in this pack compared to that pack. So, with that being said, we should have both of those in there, which is cool. So we can craft those up, and then we're just going to need a netherite crafter, which I have one chilling here. I don't think I have another one in the system, unfortunately. We might be able to craft one up. So if we go to, I think it's craft. I have my caps lock on, of course. What is it? We could just probably look up crafter, right? And we can go all the way up to a diamond tier. We could just make one. Let's just make one. Why not? We have the resources for it. Why should we not go for it? And then we have everything else we're going to have to craft up. Auto crafting available. Oh, that's not what... I'm in the wrong screen here. I'm sorry. Sometimes I get confused. So we are going to need blocks of netherite, right? And we're going to need, what, 8 of them? So we'll get those made up. We got plenty of netherite just chilling. We got 7K, actually probably more than that, a little bit over 7K. And then how are we doing on our crafter? Are we good to go? Do we have the diamond one? That we do, so we should be able to craft up this one. We just got to craft up a few components, which should be lickety-split, just like so. We have our netherite one, and then we can go over and get this creative one. We'll just have to click to get those going. It should be relatively fast. And there we go. We have our creative crafter, which is pretty cool. I guess what we'll do is just place it. I think we'll place it right under there. Obviously, it's going to look pretty bad because we need to rotate it to the right state. There we go. Perfect. All right. Holy smokes. Okay. So I don't know how quick this will actually be. I'm actually a little bit more curious on, well... These ones are kind of get bottlenecked because of the smelter itself, so it doesn't really much matter there. Unfortunately, the smelters are the ones that would bottleneck it there. But for these, it'd be really cool to see how quickly it can come back with a crafting component. So what could we really put the test to around this? Oh, wow. There's a bunch of things that are no longer in here. As you can see, we have a bunch of invalid patterns that were obviously something at one point and are no longer that. Now, I did hear that we could... Oh, crap. I forgot what it was. Someone told me, I think shift right click with it or something. No, I forget. Someone told me how we could do this. Where you can actually... Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it. So I think you just shift... Yeah, you shift and right click, and it turns it back to its original blank pattern state, which is awesome, so you don't have to keep crafting up a bunch of them. And we can throw those in there. I'll just take a minute. I'll go through these ones, and we'll get figured out what we're going to craft up. All right, guys, so I got that sorted out. There's actually a lot more than I expected that we had to clean out from our crafters there, but I thought that it might make the most sense if we go through and we try to do these solar panels. Now we're going to have to take out a lot of these from in here. Well, really, we'll have to take out pretty much everything for it, including anything that would be involved in the crafting of it, which is kind of a lot of stuff, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So this might actually take a hot second to do, but then moving them all over to here and putting them in this one. Now this one has plenty of space, so really we could pretty much easily move everything over to here. I did empty out this one, so there's nothing in that. And I think, what was the difference in capacity here? This one holds 108. I think the other one holded like, I think 64 or something along those lines, which isn't horrible, but it's also not amazing. So if we take a look at the solar panels here, let's see kind of what we start with. So iron and the mirrors and lapis blocks. So we will want the mirrors and such, which I think we have in here. We'll grab all of that jazz as well. We'll grab the mirror. Don't think we need that. I'll grab the nether quartz just in case. But just trying to quickly look up through the tiers. We'll need pistons and that. So where is our piston? We should have pistons in here somewhere. Redstone for sure. That we are going to need as well. So I'll get these together real quick, not to bore you guys. All right, guys. So I actually had to restart my game there. Well, just save the game and then reload into this world. So what I think happened is I went into here and I sorted this, and for some reason it kind of just crashed the game. It did sort when I booted back in, but it was just very strange. So I've moved over a decent amount of things. The other thing I have noticed is this creative crafter. It doesn't actually show you the items. Like, I have to hold shift to see them. Whereas if I jump into a normal one, it actually shows them without having to hit that shift button. So very, very interesting in that. But I did move everything over. The only thing, though, the downside is going to be is that this process is going to take glass. So it's going to take a little bit of time for it to run because, again, we're kind of just ultimately bottlenecked by what our smelting factory can put out. But I think overall it'll be relatively quick. So we could hit this. We should have everything we need. It's going to craft up 2 of those guys, which is pretty awesome. And it's going to use all those. It's going to craft 1,000 glass. So again, it's going to bottleneck on the smelters, but that is how it is. Actually, if I look here, I wonder if it makes sense if we could make additional crafters, or if we could make additional patterns for glass and stick them in there. That would actually be probably relatively smart for us to do here. So then it can go to the different locations, right? Oh, that's being extremely weird. Let's go into this. So we come into here, and actually we just want glass. Let me just get glass up here. It'll be a lot easier for us to do. We'll go into our pattern grid, and can we not like just look at the recipe for this? Thank you. I don't know why that was so difficult. But we are just going to want to take sand and do that. So we will want to get that off of there. We'll want to look for just a normal sand, obviously, and pull that in there, and we'll get an additional pattern for that we could throw in probably this one, because realistically I don't know if we'll be in a sense where we need that to be running simultaneously. We could be in a sense where we need those two, so I'm curious to see if this will work now that we've divvied it up. So we're going to go back to the solar, right? If I could spell right. We'll go back to solar, hit craft, hit start, hit that start button, and we'll see how long it takes. Again, ultimately, it's going to be bottlenecked by this. This is where it's going to catch us. Now, it's very interesting that I put this in here, right? But it's only going to the one crafter. It's actually not utilizing two crafters, which is a little bit of a bummer that it's not doing it on both sides. My headphones just cut out for some reason. Do we have enough power? I think we should have enough power. I don't know why they cut out. So, but anywho, yeah, we should still have audio, right? Yeah, we still got audio. All right. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's still going again. Like that's going to be the bottleneck here. So I feel like the creative one is cool, but ultimately, why? You know, like what? I mean, you can hold more in here, and if you have the resources for it, then heck, go for it. But I mean, ultimately, it's gonna be just as fast, pretty much, as the other one. The other one is like the netherite one is pretty instantaneous. So yeah, I really don't know. You guys will have to let me know in the comments down below what you think on that. But from there, let's hop over to this. Let's get this up and going because we're still waiting on that to get done there, which it's going to take a hot minute. I mean, it has to process through all of these. It seems like it's kind of getting there. So it should be there hopefully relatively soon. But we'll ultimately see here. Yeah, it's again, it's so weird that it's going like that. So what do we want? We want a dimension card here, so we are going to need more of these infinity range boosters, right? Which I should be able to bookmark here, which shouldn't be too bad. We actually probably could get a pattern for it up and going. So let's clear that out. We're going to want this because we're going to want to make these. And we should already have a pattern for our range upgrade if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a peek here. I think I actually just saw it. Let's hop back to this other one. We have a pattern there for patterns, a pattern for the upgrade, but do we have a pattern for our range upgrade? I don't think we do. I'm not seeing it right off the bat. So I'm going to take it as that we don't. So we're going to want a pattern for that as well. So we'll get one of those going. And we'll throw all of these into here. Why not? Just so we can easily get them crafted up. And there we go. We did get the solar panels up and going. Again, I don't really see the benefit from it unless you have the resources. Really, the only thing is more space, and I guess it's technically quicker, but the other netherite one is already really, really quick as is. So, I mean, I'm guessing it's great for extensive crafting where you don't need to utilize any kind of smelting. That's for sure. But most of them, you're going to need smelting in some form or fashion, right? For the typically you will. All right, so I think didn't we get the infinity range booster in there? Yep, infinity range booster is in there. So we should be able to make up then the dimension card, because does this take a dimension card? It just takes one, so we don't really need to put a pattern in for that. Don't know why I had a pattern selected there, but we should be able to make this up. We should be able to hit click, control click, and everything craft up for us. And it is pretty, it's quick. It is very, very quick. So I will give it that. And then what we'll want to do is get the machine casing here, which we'll have to get some of that, which I'm surprised I don't have a pattern for machine casing. Oh, I do have a pattern for machine casing. I'm not paying attention. There we go. So we have our creative wireless transmitter. Why are you cheating, bro? Because I can. Transmit a network signal with a creative wireless transmitter across dimension with infinitive range. So if I grab this out of here, right, and I take this off of here, I don't even know if we need the bump here or if this will just work. It's infinite across all dimensions. It says. So we don't even need that. We don't need the infinity range booster. So let's head to another dimension and check this out. So we're gonna head actually to the other. And we'll try to get out of the light here. And we'll hit Z. And there we go. We do have our crafting grid all the way here in the other dimension. And I'm sure that it works across all of the other dimensions as well. such as the mining dimension and the nether, as well as the end. I'm sure it works there as well. So that's a great way to get to it. Actually, not too crazy over the top. I mean, really, the biggest thing is the netherite. You definitely need a good amount of netherite, a good amount of ender pearls, obviously a decent amount of iron, and the nether stars are probably going to be the biggest one here because you need 4 of them there, and then another one for each of the infinity range boosters. So that's 8 nether stars. So you'll have to do some wither fights, but really it's not too bad compared to some of the other creative items that are out there. And this is awesome. This is great that we can have this in the other dimension. Now, the last thing that I want to do on today's video is I want to try out finding another dragon. I think it would be pretty cool to find another dragon and try to take it out. Now, the unfortunate thing is it's going to be a little bit tricky. We do have to do some exploration, and obviously our map here has kind of reset. So I'm not 100% sure where we've gone and where we haven't gone, just because the map unfortunately did reset. Whoa, this looks different. What is this? I have not seen this in the other dimension before. What in the heck is this? Something is meant to spawn here. Spawner. An imp spawner from mana and artifice. Interesting. That's pretty cool. There's a chest here at the top, which gives you some cool items. We never really got into that mod, but it seems pretty cool. It's a cool thing that it's in this dimension. But we're gonna keep on moving on here, and I guess what I'll do is I'll just cut away and I'll try to find a dragon, and I'll bring you guys back. So hopefully we can take one out. Well, guys, that actually did not take much time at all. We do have a dragon right here, and I don't know what it is. I think it's a lightning one because we are right next to a desert. We actually have 2. Oh, that's very, very loud. Hang on, let's see. Options. Music and sound. Hostile creatures. Maybe we'll bump this down just a wee bit here to like 80. But we do have a dragon. Oh my gosh, that was extremely loud. I'm going to try to get a picture here for our thumbnail. So I'm going to take the camera off so you're not going to see my adorable face for a hot second. But I'm going to try to get a picture here, because I want a cool one for our thumbnail. Let's see if we can get in here. I mean, that's pretty dope right there. We gotta have to remember 22. All right, let me get my camera back on, because I know all of you want to see my amazing face. But here we go. We do have a lightning dragon. Let's get him taken out. He really shouldn't be too bad on us. Wow, okay, they definitely bumped up their damage capability. Definitely does a good amount of damage. But again, really no chance against our Aldemodium sword here. He's easily taken out. He or she is easily taken out. I really don't know. I can't tell if it's male or female. I know there's a way that you can tell, but I just don't. Tameable, okay. I know that shows you that, you know, you can tame this dragon. We did get the heart. We're going to get all the bones, and we got the skull from it. There we go. These are the big things. We definitely want the dragon scales. But we have another dragon right over here, which is, or not that one, right over here, which is pretty crazy to see. And there's another dragon. Okay, so they've definitely bumped up dragon spawns a lot. So maybe we will have an episode where we try to get some stuff up and going around the forges. And we got it taken out. I don't know how we survived it, but we got him taken out. Bunch of stuff that we've picked up here. And we did get a spawn egg for a lightning dragon. Oh my gosh, what are the odds of that? I know it's pretty low. It's like a point. It's 0.4% chance. And there's another one. Oh, I was looking at the this one here. But I do hear that other one. All right, and then we'll get the rest of it, and we got the skeleton and the skull. Yeah, there's another one there. There's another one right there. There's another one there. Yeah, they've definitely bumped up these guys' spawns a whole heck of a lot. There's another one there. Oh my gosh, there are so many dragons now. Dragons galore, guys. Dragons galore. This is pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Jeez, but oh, that's RIP if you're using headphones. RIP, I am so sorry. So there's a bunch of lightning ones here. Now I'm curious, if we go to another biome, is there going to be more? Yeah, look at this. There's another one there. There's another one there. Yeah, they really bumped it up. They really, I mean, people were complaining. Like, they were such an extremely rare spawn, and now that all of the creative items use that Aldemodium star, and the only way you can get to the alloys is from the dragon forges. People weren't too happy that it was basically impossible to find a dragon and then be unable to get to those end game items at all. Like, it, for those of you who were around, who have been watching the channel, you are well aware that we struggled for a long time to find a dragon. It was extremely, extremely difficult. And we even spent hours and hours and hours on our streams going through and trying to find a dragon here in the other, to no avail. We had no luck at all. Well, we eventually did have some luck, but it took us a long time to get to that point. So I'm going to look for another biome where a different type of dragon would spawn and see if the spawn rates are the same there as well. Alright guys, so this is one thing that definitely hasn't changed, which is, oh my gosh, it's so loud, which is actually finding the biomes that these types of dragons will spawn in. So I did find a basalt deltas here, and there is, I believe, a fire dragon right here. Yep, I believe so. Yeah, I believe he is a fire dragon. Wow, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Wow, did a lot of damage to us there. I feel like they might have bumped up the damage on these guys just a little bit. I don't understand how loud. So loud for those guys. I don't know if it's like technically under friendly creatures. Let's see if that helps. Oh yeah, that helps. That's very weird that it's under friendly creatures. Alright, we're definitely going to want to come in from a different angle. Take this guy out. Well, again, RIP if you do have headphones in. I am so sorry at how loud that was. Alright, we did get the heart, and we'll get all the rest of the stuff. I've just been throwing it into our system here, since we do now have access from it. I'm not exploring the chests, but as you can see, we have these basalt deltas here, and then we also have a desert right next to it, which is offering not only fire dragons, but ice or lightning dragons as well. Now, the other one that we do need to find is an ice dragon, and that is a little bit more tricky. We need to find like a hills biome, I believe, or a mountains biome, if I'm not mistaken. And again, it is kind of tricky to still find those in here. We've had, well, look at that. I found one, and then right away we find a dragon, a little sleeping boy. But wow, what a beauty. Would you look at that guy? Wow. That is just incredible. Okay, I want to grab this one as well, honestly. This one's pretty cool. Like, if we could grab him, like, we'll get a little bit close here. And now he's pissed. Okay. Like, just, oh, I love the colors. The colors are what get me on that. Okay, you got to see my face. We're not dead, which is a good thing. But let's try to take him out. I don't know if he's tameable. He is tameable, but I honestly am not 100% sure on how to tame dragons, to be completely honest. We have to get into ice and fire even more. But again, I don't know if I necessarily want to go down that path. But we'll take him out. Why not? There we go. We did get a dragon soul from that. That is from the All the Mods 6 add-on, and that can be used to either craft a dragon egg or used in the Aldemodium star creation. There's a lot of things that we need in order to get that creative essence and things like that. I should watch Chosen Architect's episode around this to see. I'm kind of curious if it uses up the items or not, because if it uses it up and you only get 1 star from it, it's kind of a bummer, right? Like, it's not like you do all this effort to get creative stuff, and then if you use it once and that's it, then you get 1 star and you can make 1 creative item, and then you have to do it all over again. I don't know, but yeah, there we go. It's funny because Honestly, just saying, as you guys heard, like it's kind of hard to find those guys, but there we go. We found one of them pretty easily. So they have 100% bumped up spawn rates on dragons, which is great. Now, the other thing is the Nature's Compass actually does not show you these biomes. That's one other thing. The Nature's Compass is a tool that you can utilize to help you find certain biomes, but it doesn't have these registered biomes in them. The other biomes are not in there. So unfortunately, you can't use it from that perspective. Now, the only last thing I wanted to touch on before we wrap up this episode is the quests. So I don't know if by default it's how it's set up. I don't think I have a hotkey set to it. But if you go into your inventory, I'll take off my Camry. So if you go into your inventory here, you can go up to the upper left-hand side, which is behind my Camry. That's why I wanted to get rid of it. And you can hit quests, and it'll show you all this good stuff in here. So we have the All the Mods quest line, which is a welcome and all of these things. Starting off, we have some logistics, so it'll kind of help you get into some of these items. Mystical agriculture, which is crazy. Look at those quest lines for all of those different things. We have tech for create, which is super cool. This will definitely help you guys out. Immersive engineering, pneumatic craft, industrial foregoing, the power, mechanism thermal, astral, botany, ars nuevo, acapulco. And I think that's about it, honestly. But this is pretty cool. Let me get my Camry back on here so you guys can see my amazing, beautiful face. And we'll just read through the welcome one real quick here, and then we'll wrap it up. It's kind of one of those things. I'm a little bit sad. I kind of wish, you know, with all these new things introduced into the game, I wish that we were starting off fresh with this, because I would love to dive into it more. Because it makes more sense to dive into it more early in-game. But that's why we're starting Enigmatica 6 right now, which is going to be a really fun time. Now, maybe we will have a Season 2 of All the Mods 6 down the line. I don't know. We will see how it goes. But welcome to All the Mods 6. I hope you enjoy your learning experience. These quests are here to guide you through the mods while giving you a challenge. They are divided into 4 categories, as you can read there. And they are always being worked on, so look out for new quests. Now, I am a little bit curious as to what you can get. So from this one, we get a little bit of something. We get some experience, mostly experience. I'm kind of curious if there's like anything that isn't necessarily experience. It looks like it's a mix of experience and then food items. And it's actually funny because I think those are bacon cheeseburgers that we enjoy in our gameplay. Thanks to Orenos, who chimed in over on the Twitch that he makes those, and they're great food. Really, really good food. So you do get some miscellaneous things, but it's mostly food and experience, which is still cool. Again, if you're starting off, it's a great way to go about things. But guys, with that being said, we are going to wrap up the episode. I am going to head back to the base. Swamp Temple. We are going to wrap it up there. So I hope you all enjoyed. We don't need that. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like down below, or better yet, leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. I'm thinking maybe the next episode or the one after is actually going to be our finale of it. Just depends if I do want to try out the forges from Ice and Fire. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. The views on the series has been dropping off a little bit, and I think it's as you know, people have started getting bored with it, which is completely fine. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of starting to get to that point as well, and that's why I'm super excited for Enigmatica. It's gonna be an amazing series. If you haven't checked it out, you can find it here, playlist somewhere here on the channel. If you are new here though, and you do enjoy these videos, feel free to subscribe. It's free, so why not do it? You can also hit the notification bell, and it'll let you know every single time a new episode is posted here on the channel. We do stream over on Twitch, as I was mentioning earlier. We stream on Mondays and Fridays. We go live usually between 4:30 and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you need that conversion, feel free to Google it. But we go live over on the Twitches. The link is in the description down below, along with the link to our community Discord if you feel like joining in the community. And I also post updates over there, so if you only just want to keep up to date with things that are going on, that's a great way to get all of that information. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it so very much. I'll catch you all in the next episode. Take it easy.